You guys even see this says boys on my shirt? Because if so, then you know what we're going to talk about today. Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Andrea, and today we're going to do a new series on my channel. Well, it's not going to be that really big of a series, obviously, but I wanted to do like awkward boy stories or boyfriend or whatever boy stories. So it's going to be my #1 awkward boy story, and it's just like little things that have happened in my past that I think would be like really funny to share with you guys. And I mentioned one of these stories on like a live chat that I did. Somebody's like, I want to hear the rest of this. And I was like, alright, I'll make a video of its own on this one because it's a pretty hilarious story. This was probably the first guy, probably the only guy that I ever brought near the family. And I probably will ever bring near the family because it's just really awkward. But I was about, 15. It's either 15 or 16. So I was in high school. And the thing is, like, the only reason he was brought into the family was because he was my cousin's best friend, which is like awkward to begin with, right? Of course. Dude, you're probably watching this. I don't think it's awkward. I promise I'm not in love with you anymore. We're like friends right now. At least I think we're friends. But this was like a long time ago, so disclaimer. In case anyone who knows what I'm talking about, it's just for fun, and I'm just like giving some like awkward boy stories out there that I think is funny. And it doesn't have to do with the guy, because the guy was like a great dude, but it has to do with like my family and things like that, because it's just really hilarious. Okay, so to top one thing off, I'm Hispanic, so that means I'm like Latin, you know, Latina. So I got some really crazy uncles, like really crazy uncles. I got a crazy dad, you know, that's understandable. Every girl has a crazy dad, but when you're Hispanic, at least I think more is that your uncles are freaking crazy too. Like, they're like your second dads. I had already known this guy for a while now, but my cousin was taking him camping with us, and it was really exciting. We were like texting about the whole situation, like, oh, you're coming camping, I'm so excited, I can't wait to see you, blah, blah, blah. I was like 10. We get to the camping, and basically my whole family knew this guy was coming. Everyone knew that I was like having a crush on him or whatever. But here's the other thing. My cousin, can I say his name? I don't really care to say his name. Like, the guy knows who he is, obviously, if you're hearing the story. But basically, cousin 1, who is the guy that I actually liked, his friend, and then I have cousin 2, who's just a cousin who happened to have brought some friends camping with him too. So I didn't like cousin's 2 friends, and I think they were like a year younger than me, which is like fine, you know, no big deal. But either way, I didn't like this guy. So cousin 1 was gonna bring the guy that I liked the next day. But the first day that I got there, cousin 2 had all his friends with him. So we're all sitting in like a circle with my cousins and then my cousin's friends, and then it's like a bunch of my other cousins, like we're all in a circle mixed together. But I happened to sit next to cousin's friend, not the one that I like. I had never spoken to this guy. We just happened to sit next to each other. Never talked or anything like this. My uncles, disclaimer, they are really crazy. Sometimes you guys see them on my Snapchat story, and I love them to death, but they are really crazy. And it's because we're Hispanic. It's inedible. You're gonna be crazy. What had happened was, we're all sitting in the circle. My uncle walks around. He's like, alright, you guys are all here. Who the hell is that right next to Andrea? And I like turned to the guy because I didn't even realize that I didn't know him. I'm pretty like abilityless. I don't know what the word is. Like, I kind of just like think that I know everyone because it's like family. So I'm like, alright, you're cool. Like, you're not gonna murder me. I'm pretty trustworthy and sometimes like that, like an idiot. But I was like, oh, like, I don't know who he is. Michael and my brother Alonzo were like, oh, it's Andrea's boyfriend. And I just kind of turned to the guy and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I don't even know you. And the guy's like, what? Like, I don't even know her. He like looks so scared. My uncle's like, ese es el cerote que vamos a hundir en la agua. And that's a bad word in Spanish. So I bleeped it out. So basically, in the nicest way that I could put this, he was like, that's the guy that we're gonna drown in the river tomorrow. The guy just turns to me and was like, what? He looked really terrified, and I was like, I'm so sorry, it's really nice to meet you. I was like, I'm Andrea. He's like, you just got me in a lot of trouble there. And I was like, I just got some random kid murdered in a camping site where his parents don't even probably know he's even here. And the real guy's not even here yet. So then later that night is when the real guy showed up. He decides to sit next to me because, you know, we were kind of crushing on each other. At least I was crushing on him. We're all sitting in a circle again, like we're all just like chit-chatting. Now I'm sitting next to these 2 guys, one being the one that I liked and then one being some random stranger. And my uncle's like, ¿Y este otro quién es? Ay, este es el tal. Insert his name, but they say it in like a Spanish way, so it was pretty hilarious. Este es el que vamos a hundir. And I'm like, oh my god. Literally, I'm gonna die alone with 20 cats because of my family. And the guy's just like, what? He was really confused. If you flash back to like my cousins or sisters, ex-boyfriends or anything like that we've taken camping, like my uncles are literally dead serious and will drown them. Like they'll follow them down the river, like it's like kind of like testing them into their limits. So I remember that one of their ex-boyfriends, like a really long time ago, we were on these tubes because we were river rafting. Did I say river rafting? And we're going down the tubes and he was like, holy crap, like they're really coming after me. Which is all fun and games. My uncles are just really psycho and they've done some pretty psycho things. They haven't done anything too crazy. They're just pretty death threatening, but they won't do anything, if that makes sense. They're just hilarious. And I just thought that little story was pretty hilarious. And I have a whole bunch of other awkward stories if you guys want to know more. Let's see if I could just like slide in a really quick one real quick because I just think it was like a really funny trip. My aunt is the mother of my cousin. So it was just her in her tent and the 2 boys. But the thing is, my aunt got mad at them and was like, you guys can figure out where the hell to sleep. Like, I don't want you guys in my tent. Because she also had a really little son. So he was sleeping and she's like, you guys need to go find wherever else you guys can go because you guys can't come in my tent. Because they were drinking and they were underage. But whatever, minus the point, we're all over 21 now. It's my brother, it's Junior, it's Michael, it's Joel, and Pat, Roxy, and me. And the friend. I don't know why I don't like mention his name because it's just like awkward. We're all just like sitting in this like little beach area. We're all chilling. They're all drinking. I'm not drinking because I was a big baby. And everyone's drinking. Everyone's just having a good time. And then they're like, alright, it's time to go to bed. Here's the thing. Me and my brother had our own tent because my parents had their own tent. We had our own tent. Like, it didn't matter. And everyone got kicked out of their tents. So we're the only ones here with the logic that we have our own tent. And obviously the guy that I like is there. All the girls could obviously go back into their tent. But then all the guys are like, our parents kind of kicked us out. And then Junior went to his tent, but it was just Michael, Joel, the friend, and my brother, and me. And we're like, well, we have a tent because nobody else had a tent. And we're walking back with Junior because Junior also had his own tent. He was sharing his tent with my aunt, with my tia Susie or whatever. So we're all walking back to our tent, to my tent. And we're walking in and everyone's like going into my tent. And my brother goes in, Joel goes in, Michael goes in, I go in, and the friend is like standing like ready to go in. And everyone's like, no, no, you're not coming into this tent because she likes you and that's awkward. And I was like, I don't know what to, like, what am I gonna do in a tent when I'm like 15 and my brother's in there and my cousins are in there? Like, what do you think is possibly gonna happen? Like, and my parents are in the next tent over. Like, that is just awkward. Nothing's gonna obviously happen, but whatever. And then my cousin Junior came back and was like, no, white boy, you're coming with me. Cousin's tent with my aunt sleeping in there. So the funniest moment is that like everyone knew that the 2 boys got kicked out of their tent. So in the morning, everyone's looking for them. And like, oh, I think they slept in Alonzo's tent. I think they slept in Alonzo's tent. And they're like, hold the phone. Alonzo's tent is Andrea's tent. What do you mean they shared a tent? So my uncles come racing in like some wilderness maniacs, start flashing the lights in our faces, and we're just like, what is going on? And I was the only one who's like, ¿Qué pasa? And I looked hungover too, even though I hadn't drank. It's just because it was like really early. We went to sleep like around 5 in the morning, and they came to wake us up like at 6 in the morning. Like, explain yourself. So we're all like, what is going on? They're like, ¿A dónde está el güerito? They're like, where's the white boy? Where is he? And I was like, I mean, if he didn't know that I liked him, this trip obviously made it more clear to him than ever. It was just hilarious to me. And then, the other thing is how I told you guys that my aunt was sleeping in the other tent with him. She was like, yo me levanté y vi este niño que la por mí. It was just funny because she's my tia Susie, so she like lives in El Salvador and everything. So she like woke up and she's like, oh, you know, I'm sharing my tent with my nephew. And then turns around and sees some random white boy and she's like, hold up, hold the phone. What happened last night? No, I'm just kidding, guys. But I don't know, they're just really funny stories. Like, my uncle just came like a crazy maniacs into the tent. And, also try to drown him. Which I'll act to awkward boy stories at number 1. I just think they're awkward and funny little situations that I could tell you guys about. So if you guys like this, let me know because I have plenty of more. Okay, I really don't have plenty more, but I have a couple more. So he was a great guy. Those are just like funny awkward boy stories that happened to me. But then I actually have some that were the guys that were just that I would love to tell you guys about. So if you guys really enjoyed that, let me know and give this video a big thumbs up if you guys enjoyed that, and also give a big thumbs up if my uncles are psycho and if you have some psycho family members too. Oh, sometimes I wish I wasn't so Hispanic, but what are we gonna do? Can't live with them, can't live without them, can't choose your family, but gotta live with them. Don't know what I'm saying. But thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye, everyone.